talking about Antz.
Antz, or the pre-B movie.
Yes. Yeah, the anti-B, the pre-B movie and the anti-Bugs Life movie.
Right. My understanding of what happened here is that Jeffrey Katzenberg left Disney as a movie that was originally called Army Ants. Was in development over at Disney, and he took the idea over to DreamWorks when he joined them.
Yes, yeah, and I think this came out a month before Bugs Life or after Bugs Life.
Yeah, it was like October for this one and November for Bugs Life.
Okay, yeah, yes, because Katzenberg was let's just say a very salty ex-Disney employee.
I mean, Lord Farquaad was basically supposed to be Eisner.
Yeah. But yeah, so Antz is the story of Z, who is voiced by Woody Allen.
Oh, jeez.
What Woody? And Z is as DB pointed out, like with Jerry Seinfeld's character in the B movie. Z doesn't like to go along. It kind of likes to march to the beat of his own drummer, and doesn't necessarily like the strict orderly world of the ants. And he's a worker ant. So there's like two different classes of ants. You got the worker ants like Z, and then you got the army or warrior ants, and they're big and buff. And Z's soldier ant buddy is his name is Weaver, and he's voiced by Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, and I think he was having a good time with this one. He just sounded very happy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Let's see. So before we get into the plot, so just kind of a general overview. This thing has an interesting place in history, even outside of the feud with Disney. It was DreamWorks' first theatrically released CGI movie. Prince of Egypt had come out earlier in the year, I believe. When did that? No, December. Never mind. It came out in December. So
okay.
So this might have been DreamWorks' first.
Yeah, because Shrek was
animation movie.
Yeah, because Shrek was what 2000, 2001.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Film. Complete list of DreamWorks pictures. So the animation, I will say, is a little bit horrifying.
Yeah, and dated.
But if you look at it from the perspective of 1998, it's actually pretty impressive, because they do try for things like, like they'll have a whole battalion worth of bees. Or excuse me, bees. I'm so used to talking as the bee movie. Ants, gripping together to make a giant wrecking ball, where you'll have hundreds of ants on the screen at the same time marching in formation.
Yeah.
You'll have pretty convincing fight scenes between them and giant termites.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, yeah, for the time, it was really good. Animation. Although at times it kind of reminded me of oh god, what was that really bad animated movie that came out?
Are you talking about Food Fight?
No, not Food Fight. Conan O'Brien would show clips of it on his show from time to time.
Was it Delgo?
Delgo, yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
Oof. Now, I will say is, for the technology of the time, again, it doesn't look bad, and the characters, you can tell what they're thinking. They, by and large, and it's a pretty decently realized environment they're in.
Yeah.
So that's a big caveat there. If you show this, and I would also say this is interesting because it is a plot that you could turn into a whole fantasy novel series if you wanted to.
Yeah.
because it is the basic outline is that Gene Hackman is playing the general of the ant army, and he is going to forcibly marry the princess of the colony, get rid of her mother, and have a coup d'etat because he thinks all the worker ants are worthless and beneath him. And the only thing that gets in his way is Z happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, and how that works is Z meets the princess. Well, she's basically slumming it with the worker ants, and he falls head over heels in love, and he wants to see her again, so he swaps places with Weaver. And of course, nobody questions the fact that this little worker ant is amongst all these big soldiers, and just like
right, looks totally out of place.
Totally, yeah, he looks totally out of place. But the only reason he does that is because they're having this big ceremony, and he wants to see the princess, but it doesn't work out that way, and then he ends up in like Futurama, war were declared.
Yep. Okay. So I took a second to do a little bit of research. Can confirm this was their first all CGI movie.
Okay.
First all animated movie, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
Now they were actually kind of busy in 97, 98 because they had The Peacemaker, Amistad, Mouse Hunt, which I believe had a CGI mouse.
Yes.
Polly, which I know I saw that one in theaters. That's one with the parrot, I think.
Yeah.
That probably had some CGI. Deep Impact, which means that they had the other famous released at the same time movie.
Asteroid movie, yeah.
Along with Armageddon. So they had basically the same thing happen twice in 1 year, where they had a suspiciously similar movie come out.
Yeah. And I believe
and Small Soldiers.
Small Soldier. Oh, I remember that movie. Yeah.
I never actually saw that one.
It was okay. It was directed by Joe Dante, who also did Gremlins, and it kind of had the same feel as Gremlins.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Saving Private Ryan and Prince of Egypt. So like there were some misses in there, but they definitely came out ambitiously.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Saving Private Ryan is still considered one of, if not the greatest war movie ever made. So.
Right. I've even heard like non-religious people who love the Prince of Egypt just for the production values.
Yeah. And hey, Ninja, good to see you.
Hey, man. But anyhow, I only bring that up because, again, like if you just drop this movie in front of somebody and don't tell them when it was made, they might go, "Oh, what is this? Some sort of cheap Bollywood CGI film like that Super Cloud movie?"
Yeah.
Which is a fever dream in and of itself, and maybe we'll review that at some point. But
yeah,
in the U.S., they had a character who kind of looked like the woman from Brave.
Merida.
Yeah, it was called like Mara the Brave or something, where they pretended she was the main character. You know the classic Walmart $5 DVD bin strategy.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh God, what was that? Asylum.
Yes,
movies.
Basically the Asylum strategy.
Yeah.
Pretend to be the movie that pretend to be a different movie. It's like in nature how one insect will adapt the coloration of another to fool their predators.
Yes.
But anyways, speaking of insects, back on the topic of ants.
Yes.
So Z goes out there with the rest of the army, and by the way, one of the more amusing subplots is that Stallone's soldier ant character is very much smitten with the worker ant girls, which does bring up an interesting point that much like in B movie, and frankly a lot of media about ants, Bugs Life did this too, you have a couple of choices you can make. You can either break the logic of ants, or you can have to explain why your entire cast is women except for a few drones.
Yeah.
Unlike this one, they did not feel the need to point out that everyone was super related, which is, a plus.
Yeah. And there was no weird, creepy relationship between the insect and a human.
or for that matter, there weren't constant references to interspecies insect romance.
Yeah.
Everyone just stuck to their own kind here outside of some social situations.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Zeke goes off to war, leaving Stallone's aunt character pretending to be a worker. And they have a really like almost Saving Private Ryan-ish fight scene.
Yeah. That was a pretty intense little battle scene they had there.
And so he gets back. He's the only survivor because he happened to fall down a hole. And it was just mutually assured destruction because they got the termite queen. And this whole thing, by the way, we forgot to mention, was a feint by the, what was it? It was basically a King David plot by the evil general, played by Gene Hackman, to eliminate all of the super loyalists to the queen.
Yeah. Yes, and Z comes back, and he's a hero, but and then he goes before the queen and sees the princess, and things go really wrong when he's like, "Oh yeah, we met the other night at the bar," and like, "Wait, what were you doing at the bar, princess?" And then
why is a worker here pretending to be a war hero? He's a worker.
Yeah.
And so they end up going down the chute outside, like the garbage chute.
Yeah.
And one of the cooler sequences in the movie, which I want to say was in the trailers, they had a kid with a magnifying glass burn the soldiers that were sent to track them down.
Oh yeah. And they and then the one they're shining on the one ant, and they're like, "No, get out of there!"
And then, so basically, from there, they go find this place called Insectopia. We didn't mention this earlier, but there was a scene where there was a crazed soldier ant with PTSD who was talking about Insectopia. You go turn left at the monolith, and
yeah. And
which turns out Insectopia is a picnic / garbage dump.
Yes. And no, it's not a Prince and the Pauper type story, Ninja. It's what would you call it?
It's like a false identity thing.
Yeah,
it's almost like a Prince. It's almost like an Aladdin and Jasmine situation.
Yeah,
actually, it almost is exactly now that I think about it, because first they meet, with them being each other for real, and then he gets this fake identity.
Yeah,
and then he's found out.
Yeah, and so then they're out, and then they go to Insectopia, although they encounter a few calamities along the way, and they made a hornet couple who are very odd people,
very hoity-toity.
Yes,
very well. Actually, oh god, I just realized they're wasps. White Anglo-Saxon Protestants.
Oh, okay.
that's the joke.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
The husband is Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, okay.
But it's so funny. Just like the wife wants to help them out, and he's like, "No, don't look at them. Don't look at the pores."
Yeah.
Gosh, you always have to have some project or crusade.
Yeah. Oh, and Jane Curtin was the wife.
Oh, okay. This movie has a pretty good cast.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. And like Anne Bancroft was the voice of the Queen. Most people remember her as Mrs. Robinson from The Graduate.
Okay.
And she was married to Mel Brooks.
Well, here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. You did a fine job as the Queen in this movie, even though it was a relatively small part.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily feel the need. I think we can all figure out that good is going to triumph in the end.
Yes.
The Mad General's evil scheme to wipe out the weak worker ants is not going to go through.
Right. Yeah.
However, what I will say is that if you compare this to B movie, outside of a technical aspect, this beats it by a country mile.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. The story is much better. Yeah.
And also Woody Allen, like there are only a couple of things where I could maybe see, okay, that might have been an improv by him, but
Yeah.
like he doesn't weigh it down with joke, 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 bad or bad joke, bad joke, bad joke, bad joke, bad joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, some of the jokes from B movie that I thought were funny were kind of stolen from this, like the force field around, like the bit where in B movie where he's trying to fly through the window. Oh, it's a force field, and again, maybe this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of taken from like where you have him trying to chew through the wrapping around a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Appears to be some sort of force field around this.
Yeah.
But it also has things like the queen is a character in your social colony.
Yeah.
There's no human romance.
Yeah, and or interspecies romance.
Right. So it's just overall the better movie. And it's so weird that DreamWorks basically made the same movie twice. Jewish stand-up comedian turned star plays a social insect who is out of place in with his colony. That's just so weird.
Yeah, I wonder why they did that. I guess they just figured that it worked once. Well, do it again.
Yeah, like this thing was reasonably popular. It looks like it probably it looks like it probably roughly broke even in theaters, which means that thanks to home video, TV, Netflix rentals, and things like that, it's probably been a solid moneymaker for them over time.
Yeah,
which is not bad for your first production in a cutting edge animation segment.
no, that's that's really good. Yeah. Although I will say, if you ask most people which movie they remember most, this one or Bug's Life, they'll probably say Bug's Life.
Well, that's because Bug's Life had the unfair advantage of ripping off the Magnificent Seven / Seven Samurai.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Beat for beat for beat.
Yeah.
I think that Bug's Life, from my memory and a couple of clips I looked up, does also just have technically superior animation.
Yeah.
I don't think that's at all surprising because I don't think like, DreamWorks isn't usually the ones ahead technologically. They're usually the scrappy underdogs having to make things happen on a tighter budget.
Yeah. Yeah, having movies like like the Kung Fu Panda franchise and the Shrek movies and Puss in Boots.
Yep. I think the best line in the movie, like they actually did a very good job of setting up why Z is kind of unhappy with his lot in life. He's sitting down with the psychiatrist, which it does feel like a very Woody Allen scene, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he's basically talking about how I was the middle child in a family of 5 million. She never had any time for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I just feel so insignificant. Z, you've made a big breakthrough. I have. Yes, you are insignificant.
Yeah.
Which just sets the whole tone for the movie just perfectly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 But I would recommend this movie. Although I would say if you're gonna watch it with your kids, or I don't know if this is a movie that you could probably you turn on with your kids and leave it, because there are some adult moments and
the word erotic or the phrase erotic fantasies does occur at one point.
Yeah,
and they're very sarcastically, so I think it might fly over your kid's head.
Yeah, and there are some kind of naughty words, kind of bad words here and there.
Some naughty words. Some there is that war scene with the fighting the termites, and an overall dark plot about that basically amounts to genocide.
Yeah.
So I would say like maybe 10 is where you'd be comfortable having the kids watch the movie.
Yeah.
And if you already have them watching Star Wars Clone Wars, this isn't too far above that in terms of adult content.
Yeah.
At least in terms of violent content, I should say.
Yeah, I would say that's true. Yeah.
Also, this only came out 3 years after Toy Story, so that's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah.